Good afternoon, folks. Minden Hills Homestead, Jason Uke. Hot day today. I just thought I'd have myself a fresca sitting on the porch, taking a little bit of a break, and I thought, what the heck? I've been running a couple of chainsaws today. I haven't run the 291, but I thought I'd do a little review on the 291 and why I bought it, and tell you some of the pros and some of the cons. This is honestly one saw I wish I would have just waited on and bought a little bit different saw. It's a good saw, don't get me wrong. It's a good ground saw. I got this one with a 33 pitch 18-inch blade. I'm not going to start it. They all start the same. I'm not going to run it. They all run the same. You really don't get a handle on chainsaws unless you're in the bush with them and you run them for a week. Then you understand what the positives and what the negatives really are. Now, I'm not going to lie, I have not run this saw to that extent, but I have used it. I probably got about 25 hours on this saw, and about a year and a half ago I stopped at the steel dealer, and lo and behold, the 291s were on sale from I think $7.99 down to $4.99. And I milled around, hemmed and hawed, and I bought it. Cut down a couple of pretty big pine with it, probably 22-inch pine. Even with the 18-inch bar, you can work around the tree and get it on the ground. Bucked it up with the saw. Bucked some hardwood up with the saw. Cuts great. The 291 is a 55.5 cc saw. And it's kind of falls into that market of farming, so it's known as the 291 Farm Boss. It weighs about 12.2 to 12.5 pounds, depends on what you have on it for chain and bar. It runs just under 3 kilowatts. It's got all the standard features. This one's just straight carburetor. It doesn't have the M-tronic. And I kind of went that and leaned that route for this saw to keep it a simple saw until I bought some saws that have the M-tronics. And when I go back, I'm not degrading this saw. It is been in the still lineup for many years, and I know that some of these things have hundreds and thousands of hours on them. But the saw I wish I would have bought, and I have an old one. I have an old 260, but I wish I would have bought the 261. The new Pro 261 compared to the saw is pretty much on the same board as Power, except you get a little bit lighter saw. You're into about a 10.1 pound saw versus a 12.5 pound saw. And honestly, it does make a difference, folks. When you're carrying that saw around for 3-4 hours in and out of a tractor, logging, skidding, bucking, limbing, climbing, it really does make a difference. Same as all the the lightness comes from the aluminum casings and things like this. The Farm Boss, again, great saw. I would never degrade it. It's just there are some better saws in the steel lineup. Money was the factor. I went in. I had $500 in my pocket, and that's what this worked out to be. I couldn't pass it up. It was $300 off it, and you'll notice that I have a can of the steel motor mix. I cannot say enough about this, guys. It's expensive. Do I like buying it? Absolutely not. But I have never had a problem with any of my saws since I've started running the steel motor mix. This stuff makes the saw idle better, run better at high RPM. It's like magic in a can. The problem is it's up around $30, and $30 for pre-mixed or whatever it was, maybe $25. It's still a lot of money for whatever that is. How many liters is it? 4 liters of pre-mix. As you can see right there, 4 liters. But it lasts forever. depending on how much you used. I have used a can of this in a day, but I feel you get better performance out of your saws. So back onto the 291. Would I recommend it? Absolutely, I would. It's a great saw for any homeowner, for any farmer, for anybody wanting a good saw to cut firewood. Throw in the back of a pickup. It's durable. I've had this thing flip off some stumps. I've used it pretty darn hard, guys, and I have not had a problem with it. The only complaint I have about it with the Farm Boss sides, it's just a little bit heavy. So when you're picking yourself up a new saw, Steel offers basically 3 different lines. They offer the property maintenance, homeowner, occasional use saw. Cut a little bit of firewood. They're not that bad. They're like the MS250, the 017s, and they're a good little saw. Then they offer a little bit more durable line, which is the 271, the 291, the 391, which a lot of guys carry in the bush as well. The 291 and 391 are pretty popular logging saws. And then you get into your pro line of saws, which are the 261, the 241, 242, 261, 880. Some of your bigger saws, and now the new i500s. But anyways, back to this saw. Absolutely buy one. If you're new to chainsaws, highly recommended. If you're a professional user, I'm not a professional user, but I use them a lot. You may want to consider the 261, which is a lighter saw, a little bit less displacement, but puts the same kilowatts out. And when you're looking for saws, kilowatts matter. That should be your focus. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. I hope you tune in for some more interesting stuff that we hope to be doing along the way of our homesteading adventure, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.